Discord. Make up your goddamn mind. All these niggas with these silly faces.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Back with the multiplayer podcast. And yes, we were waiting on Porter Rock, who was fashionably late. As you come in, as you said, if you be so kind, if you come in to hit the like button, we're gonna have a great show today, as always. The multiplayer podcast. Now I was having a good conversation behind my man behind the scenes with my man J Dubs. I'm sorry, you know what? I'm gonna start putting you start putting up on the Patreon. You saw the last thing you got that came from behind the scenes with K Mega and my man all day be having this way, you know, but these niggas can die. You know what I mean? That's wild, you know what I mean? But no, like I said, even with these shows, I want to say before we get started, I want everybody to introduce themselves. Even with the show, you see us up some time cutting up, going at each other, and you know what I mean? But when the show is over, like it's over. Like ain't nobody, you know, man, ain't nobody
beefing.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to be that serious. You don't get a little heated, wrong, get a little heated during the show. You know what I mean? But it's all love and basketball, man. But what's going on with you, Jeff? You just had a birthday recently, your brother. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man. I turned 37 yesterday, man.
Old head. What's up, old head?
Yeah, man. Being blessed. Man, I remember my first console was a freaking Atari 2600.
Oh, you better than me. Mine was NES. We'll talk to you. What's going on?
Yeah. Been good, man. Just been chilling, you know what I'm saying? Enjoying life, enjoying some gaming, enjoying the community.
All right, man. All right. What are you playing right now, though?
Man, right now I'm on that Monster Hunter, and man, I've been on the Switch mostly. Tell you the truth, man, I've been traveling a lot, so that Switch, man, is good in your pocket when you're traveling.
Oh man, the lies you tell, man. Listen. Hey, my man, wait, we got a request already. My man said, forget all the friendly shit. My man Ripper Class dropped $2. He said, I don't want no mercy in this show. My man, he wanted turned up. Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna try to get it for you, man. I want to see if I can tick D off. You know what I mean? Have him charted with somebody, man. You know what I mean? Who's right? Oh, that's you, Porter Rock, with your screen back there? Porter Rock, Porter Rock? I don't know who that is. I mean, I guess, yeah, Mr. Share my screen.
Share my Uncharted screen. What the hell?
Okay, what's going on? Hey, D, as you talk, what's going on with you, D?
Man, chilling. I've been consumed with the UFC. I just did my UFC 3 review.
Hey, D, I might have to play you in that, man, because you've been playing it heavy.
Real talk, man. You really got to practice in that game. That is a very hard technical fucking game, man.
Yeah, you know what, bro? You know what? I'm not saying what kind of not say turned me off with, but as you guys are coming, hit the like button. We're gonna have a great time today. I promise you. I even got notes for today's show. You know I don't ever keep no notes. I got notes. As you come in, hit the like button. I promise you, L's will be handed out. What kind of turned me off a little bit about the UFC? It is too much. You gotta block the ground a little. I just want to stand up with my hands up high and box. I didn't say you could throw the hands. That's just like me. And I always play fight night. I always play UFC like fight night. I like to use some hands, man. I remember my man Rampage had a nasty hook and overhand. Sleep with that, you know what I mean? But that's what you've been playing though.
Yeah, my character's kind of modeled after Rampage. I took all of his taunts and stuff. And there is I have the review. It's I actually uploaded it, so it's not live yet. I'm waiting for the 4K to process on it, so you guys can look out for that. That should be up really soon. But there are 2 stand-up modes where it's just stand-up, no ground shit. There's one mode that there's a normal stand-up mode. Like you can kick and punch, but there's no takedowns. Okay. And then there's a stand and bang mode. And it's the same, but you have a health bar. So you have like 5 notches on there. And as you get hit, each one comes down, and you're down to your last one. If you get hit, you get knocked out. And Snoop Dogg does the commentating on that mode. That mode is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, hey, D, you might finally game you can beat me at, man. I need to get together, man, and get my study on, man.
Yeah, that game is serious. It's got something for everybody. Like I said, for the hardcore, watch the review. But for the hardcore, there's something there. For the casual, there's something there as well. And of course, you can go online and play these modes as well, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. What's up with J-Bar? I thought J-Bar was rocking me. Come on, show me. Let me hit J-Bar and see if he wanted to come on. Who else I got in here? Porter Rock. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? That's $1,000, G.
Hey, man, yo, I said, man, that's $1,000, man. I ain't shit. I'm always imitating somebody. Man, that's $1,000, G.
Yo, that was mad fun. Shout out to Jay Barry.
Hey, but no, you ain't peeping when he says it. Yeah, when he says it, I started bugging the fuck out. I don't know. That's $1,000, G. Shout out my brother Jay Barry, man. But yeah, what you got going on? We had a good show yesterday. I had a great time with you on your channel, man. I appreciate the invite.
No doubt. You're always welcome, man. The Godfather's always welcome.
Yeah, you gotta remind me. You know, just remind me here. I come on here Wednesday. My shit.
You know what I'm saying, but anyway, doing this, just playing some games, catching up onto some backlogs and shit like that, and getting ready to move to Germany.
Listen, for those that don't know, my brother doing big things, you know what I mean? And he said in the pool, he's out there. He said, "Yo, I will find you." But man, take some out there killing jokes with paper clips. But are you ready for this move though?
Hell yeah, man.
Listen, but those don't know. You don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Tell them what's going on with you. Like, those that don't know, we're just talking about moving. Like, what you got going on? Tell them what's going on.
So for those that don't know, I'm an active duty Marine, and I got orders to be stationed in Germany and be part of Marines Command Africa and Europe. They're in charge of all operations of Europe and Africa, and I'm going to be part of what's called the G6 staff, which is the communication staff up there.
So you finna go over to Wakanda, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take that shit over. Now that we know they exist, we're gonna there'll be no challenge today. We're gonna go in there and take all that technology. That's just how the colonizers are coming. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to live in Europe. My wife is excited. It's just gonna be me and her because my daughter's 23. So she's no longer.
P-Rock, I didn't know your child was that old, bro.
Yeah, man.
We was talking, the whole thing was shout to Zobi, man. I lost a good friend behind you. And you was like,
shut him up.
Hey, yo. And you was like, oh, baby girl was like, like, Daddy, I know you. That's no good. You being a bully. I thought your daughter was like 12 or something, bro.
Tell
the story.
Here we go. So if you haven't seen it, Z put up a small, like a 12-minute snippet of me debating with Zobi, right? Yeah. And that shit was like all ad hoc. Like it was like a Saturday. Mm-hmm. We just got together, and then Zobi starts his shit, and me, I'm a piñata that don't break. I don't take nobody's shit. So then we just started going at it, right? But then that shit's cool. Show's over. We all, you know how we do. The next day, right? Or not even that night, Z, he texts me. He be like, yo, you got to check out fucking Zobi's 4-hour stream, bro. This dude is bugging, right?
Yeah.
So Z was like, yo, check this out. And I was on my way to New York at that time. So I'm like, fuck it. It's like a 10-hour trip to New York. So let me check out his 4-hour stream and listen, right? My daughter's in the back, kind of like dozing off. Yeah. And I'm listening to fucking Zobi crying, saying that he got set up, that we were like, bullying him, and that he's no longer going to do podcasts. And my daughter's hearing all this shit, and she's looking at me like, "Yo, Dad, are you bullying people online?" And I'm like, "What?" And like, "What is you talking about?" Like, she's like, "Yo, she's hearing that guy, and she feels sorry for Zobi."
Yes,
and I'm like, "Yo," we were just talking about video games. He's like, "Yo, do you know him? You should give him a call to make sure he doesn't kill himself or something." I'm looking at my daughter like, what? I'm like, yo, this dude is, you were to listen to
serious. Are you serious, man?
Yeah. You know what happened?
My daughter was confused. She thought like I was really attacking the dude.
You know what happened? I forgot. So I don't know. But you know how I'm always, man, I ain't shit. I'm an instigator. You know how when somebody gets a good point off or whatever, I'm like, you could have both eyes. We throw the towel. Like what I mean, you know how I be, with the ad libs and shit, man.
Exactly.
And he couldn't take it, man. That shit, but man, I thought he was joking. Zobi been doing this shit way longer than anyone here ever. You know what I mean? Yeah. So and it's like we do here. We cut up, we have fun, and whatever the case may be. But damn,
Zobi was like, yo, Z set me up, man. He jumped me. Yeah. He got his boys all laughing at me. He said, I'm not doing podcasts no more. That's which is a crock of shit.
It was a setup. It was a setup from the beginning. It
was bad.
Saying how much of a big fan he was of him. Z was excited to have him on the show. So that's
I like Zobi. You know what I mean? But like I always say, before we, that's a little ad before a lot of things goes on behind the scenes, right? And I never had a problem. I don't have a problem with nobody. You know what I mean? If you look, listen, we all have, everyone in this group right now, that's here right now, we all had serious conversations off the air. You know what I mean? And this is just what people don't understand. This is for entertainment. Well, you old, when I get up, damn, yeah. Oh, see, he closed the show. Thank you, God bless. Good night. Oh, that's for fun to have fun and bug out. It ain't that serious. So when he was going on about it, I'm thinking that he's joking.
No,
this nigga was dead.
4
he said,
hours.
Cause
like half my trip, I was listening to him. I'm like,
what he said to me, he's like, yeah, what I mean, I understand Z is from Jersey, but what I mean, you really can't trust that cat anyway. I think he's from North or something. I'm like, what's wrong with this dude? Hey, you know what's crazy? I was in PA. I might have been in PA my damn self. I was saying shit. And I'm like, yo, look at this shit, Puerto Rico. This shit, wow, yeah, man. And you just basically started doing YouTube or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it was like still early. It's like within the first couple of months.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, come on, make a child beat you to make a goddamn channel. Like, yo, get it on this shit, bro.
That shit was funny. Yo, Zobi was like, yeah, and Z had some Puerto Rican nigga up in there. I don't know, some Puerto Rican cat. Yo, I was dying.
Yeah, this shit was wild though. But like I've always said, man, when sometimes shit go left, how I deal with it. Like I ain't know them jokers anyway. You know what I mean? So I was kind of expected, but that right there was really, really uncalled for. Like I ain't understand that. I was trying to set up, like, come on, set you up. Wow, man. But it is what it is, though. D. Well, I talked to D already. Post. I just got finished talking to you. Post. We just dumped the shit on Post last video.
Nah. I took all three of y'all out.
That's what I'm talking about. But if you don't know, we just did it was about an hour long. I didn't think the show was gonna be that long. We were talking about. We're gonna talk about it again here tonight. We were talking about.
We gotta pay the bills.
Oh, we got here. Talk to what's
my man said Ripper Class for $2. He put, I don't want any mercy in this show for $2.
Oh, he dropped another 2 in it? I think he dropped 2. Yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean?
Motherfucker want blood for $2.
Yeah, he wanted to get that work, man. You know what I mean? But we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk about a little bit. We didn't go into depth because I didn't talk to Jay about it. And who else is in here? They want to get deep, like I said, Dice. Maybe they may have a difference of opinion. And also too, my man, the Nintendo guy, the wrestler is coming here today too. What's my man there?
Baron.
Black Baron being here with his bullshit in a second.
Oh, shit.
So we gonna have a, you know what I mean? We're gonna have a right now. Baron's on his victory Tour de France. His lap. The Swiss have won NPD again. God damn it! I don't know what the hell's going on there.
There's just gonna be a battle royale up in here.
Yeah. Send him the link on Twitter. But okay. But I should send him the link on Twitter. Let me get the link right quick. Let me get him the link right now. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Hey, Post.
Yeah, what's up?
What you eating, man? What you been eating? What you eating? What you playing? You don't play no game.
You know what? You always trying to put a player out there. Don't even try to put me out there. They just have a 4-piece chicken wing, though. You know what I'm saying? No lie, 4-piece chicken wing. Like, that's all a little ranch sauce. You know what I'm saying? A little dipping sauce.
Y'all heard KFC ran out of chicken, huh?
Who ran out of chicken?
KFC.
Oh, you eat that fake chicken Popeyes over here all day, baby.
For sure.
You get me a breast with Popeyes with one of those biscuits. Butter! Yeah, for the show, man. For the show. Oh, Baron's loading in right now, man. And again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Hey, the real Gamer 27. What's up with you, man? Get your ass up in here too, man. I need to have a real loud conversation with some of you Nintendo cats, man. But anyway, and like I said, do me a huge favor as you come and hit the like button. YouTube, get your boy in the headlock lyrically. You know what I mean? Give me the Joker writer's block. Tip Diamond, what's going on, man? Yesterday was and I gotta get these opinions. So yesterday, it was yesterday, wasn't it, in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, it was with Dice. You're talking about Dice?
Yeah. We'll talk. What happened yesterday, Puerto Rico?
Well, I guess the Dice Summit kicked off, and Phil Spencer led it off with a keynote speech.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but I guess the keynote speech, he talked more about the toxicity of gaming and how the culture needs to change in terms of gamers, workplace, and all that stuff. And it was about 50 minutes, you know. So, on one end, people appreciated the speech to address something that's happened, but on the other end, a lot of gamers thought he was going to talk about like the future of gaming in terms of Xbox or Microsoft gaming, you know, more tech related stuff.
Yeah.
So it's 50-50 on your stance on how he did it. You know, a lot of people disappointed because they don't really give a shit about how people feel and all that emotion as JW bullshit. And other people appreciate it because it's bringing something to light that needs to be talked about. So it's 50-50 what you came in expecting. If you came in expecting Phil was going to talk about gaming in terms of technology, the way forward, and how Xbox or Microsoft was going to be a part of that, you're going to be slightly disappointed.
Yeah, them people disappointed themselves.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying it all depends on what you expected going in.
If there was the expectation, because the DICE Summit it's not just for the gaming industry, it covers all technology industries.
Yeah.
It's you go there to network with other executives for job opportunities and everything. Yeah. So if you feel free to get on stage in an event that's not really built for him to really talk about the direction of what he's trying to do with the Xbox, then you disappointed yourself. And Z, you disappointed yourself.
Post up, you about to get this work from Z. He ain't trying to hear that.
No, I just beat this fat ass.
I mean, like I said earlier, people have to understand
that. Z been on these streets since 2012 fighting this war.
Puerto Rock. He
ain't trying to hear that shit. Z not trying to hear this shit.
Bro, they have to know the difference between DICE, GDC, and E3. It's a time and place for everything.
That's true.
Hey, bro, so that was the time to talk about some console war shit.
You know what? You just ain't gonna let this go with you.
I'm asking for the people. I'm asking for the people.
That affects the industry as a whole. So
that's the time to talk about Crap Gamer.
Wait. Since when? Let's see, which way? When has the console war affected the goddamn industry? Yo, I'm gonna say like
my stomach hurts right now. We just started. Oh shit!
Hey, it's gonna be a good show. Hit the like button.
Wait, your mic is muffled, D. What happened, nigga? Take your mic out your asshole. What happened?
I don't think it was more about the console wars. He was speaking more on people being more inclusive, like gays,
diversity in the workplace.
He talked about a gamer. He said the gamer didn't want to tell people that he was black, and then when he told people that he was black, everyone started calling him, the N-word and all this shit.
This nigga Z ain't read one word, a transcript of what he said. All he knows is somebody told him something, and he created a podcast around
it. Listen, my thing is this here, right? Now, I'm be honest with you. You can most likely tell by the tone of someone's voice. More or less, you can tell. But especially my man Needles, I didn't know what the hell Needles was. You know what I mean? That wasn't the place for that. I'm just saying, bro. Like, at the end of the goddamn day, like, who the fuck died and appointed him to the Dolly's goddamn llama? like this shit been eating his ass. I can't. I don't know what. Listen, all jokes aside, I don't know what world or what plane that Phil Spencer resides on. I'm just being fucking honest.
You know what?
Yo, Z want Danny D back.
Look at my screen.
I've been gaming for a long, long time, and to be honest with you, this is the most toxic generation. Like we've had console wars before, Sega against
talk
Nintendo
about it, D.
and all this stuff, but it was never as deep as it was. We still enjoyed our games. A good game was still a good game. Now the community is completely toxic. This is the worst generation by far. We used to all just be gamers. Yeah, we had our preference, but we were still one collective group of gamers, and that's no longer the case. And I think he's more addressing that because
you ain't right with that picture.
Because gaming is supposed to bring people together. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be as decisive as it is, and that's just the truth of it.
Z's about to get a heart attack.
Yo. You see?
Yo, Z, look at my screen.
I see it.
Not only did he say that, but he said one thing, and he said it based on the few months of being in his role for the few months, his current role. He said it was obvious Microsoft needed a reboot.
Yes.
He said morale had hit a low. We were all massively frustrated. We kept missing big trends. In some ways, it felt like real innovation was impossible. In the infighting and films that were so famous, people made fun of, which would have been funny if it hadn't been so true. So that was a good thing. Them coming to the realization in his position now that say, hey, man, shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? We need to get a hold of what we trying to do as a company, get focused. So, you know, and when he said missed trends, it's not only in gaming from a software perspective. Everything. It's what they did in the phone. They missed a trend there. What they did with the iPod era. Okay. If you look at some of the trends in the laptops, and they missed a lot of trends where people expected them to be at the forefront. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question or a statement, okay? Have I not been saying that for at least 2 years now? That Microsoft has lost focus on their core and what put them right there where they are?
Yeah. And that's basically what he's saying. Like, we pretty much lost our way. You know what I'm saying? And not only him, but the people who worked there felt like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you say y'all morale was low.
But it ain't because of the goddamn console. You
know, AZ about to be cutting up.
Listen, believe it or not, guys, believe it or not, when we talk about the console war, but believe it or not, it's not all bad, right? Because this is the first generation. When we started, I said I started gaming on Atari 26. This is the first generation that I've given a damn about people in the gaming community and what their opinions are and what they think. This is this generation started with so many YouTubers with streaming, right? Because now the consoles you can stream, it created so much more. And we see the negative side of it because guys want their team to win. That's just always been there. But it's not all doom and gloom. Just because your platform is losing or may not be in a position that you want it to be, you still have to look at the bright side. You still have to look at it. Everything is going good. This NPD done proved it that, you know, people still care about games. They're still buying consoles. I think, you know, again, we're podcasting right now. We probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for this particular generation with the capabilities that we have. So I don't want to just focus on the negative side. There is a lot of positive side. With all the consoles being so there's more exposure. The companies are saving money. They don't have to market their products anymore. I mean, we're all basically marketers, you know.
Listen to that, right?
You must do it for them.
Here's the thing, you know, maybe you can listen. When I listen to what I'm talking about, I don't know what realm this motherfucker is coming from, right? Now, have things been a little wild when the Sony guys threatening one Warcraft active with rape? Yes, you know, yes, you know, it is what it is, right? But the fact that, you know what I mean, you have people that are as passengers, I'm sorry, like motherfuckers like K Mega wanted to hit D with an overhand right, ask him how tall he was, you know what I mean? You know, like, but when I said they just don't have a fucking clue, listen, and this might be in the history of gaming. You just released, how you say, $1,000, G. Listen, that's what I need answers. I just been over $1,000, G, in fucking a year in hardware alone, right? Yeah. It's a new console, right? And since I've been most keeping it, I've never seen a company, more or less release a console, right? New hardware, and then not at least win one fucking NPD. Not saying that the Xbox is still selling well. Everyone's making money hand over fist, but still haven't won a fucking NPD, right? You won fucking stage, right? Keynote, you know what I mean? And you up there fucking talking about Uncharted.
He was using them as an example, man.
Nigga!
Look, I can't. How you gonna get mad at that man from them? The type of games that you harp on him about, bro. You harp on him about. You harp on, but that's what he was saying though. As far as changing the culture and inside the development studios and diversifying so they can bring those type of big titles and stories and things like that and make those type of impact.
That don't even make any sense.
Well, what game?
He said, "Yo, bro, we need some more spades in here so we can
you know what's
you know what? That shit don't even make any goddamn sense right there, man. At all. Hey, Baron, what's up, Baron? You in here, Baron?
Hey, you know what? I'm on my Porter Rock today. I am saving.
Yeah. I'm here.
As soon as GDC and E3 come closer and you do some things that y'all like, and you start praising, we're going back to these tapes.
The way Phil Spencer acting like he'll probably announce his games on PlayStation. He's gonna be on everybody's E3 show. He's gonna be on Nintendo's Treehouse.
Hey yo,
You'll be off stage every day. Is Phil will.
Hey, yo, this man just said, hey, wait, hold up.
I just want to thank Nintendo for letting me in the treehouse. We have some exciting software to announce.
We got Sea of Thieves on the Switch.
Hey, yo.
At 540p.
Hey, yo, hold up. I ain't never, nigga said, wait to GDC. That was like motherfucker told me, who the fuck told me to wait to the Tokyo goddamn game show? Who the fuck told me this?
Gamescom. It was Gamescom.
Nah, they told me wait to Tokyo.
They said, next up, Tokyo Game Show.
Yo, they told me wait to the Tokyo. That's when I stopped believing in Jesus. That line right there. Can't be a God. They said, Tokyo. They said that like, but we can't, man. At the end of the day, man, I'm gonna get my man Baron here into the conversation. I think Phil is a great guy, right? And I'm not even saying what he said was wrong, but the problem is to me, when you listen, let me tell you something. The Wii U got the shit kicked out of it, right? We can all agree on that, right? But you know what? They still, Reggie and the guys still got their cockiness. They talking about, yeah, we don't see any combo, but we're gonna let them bat it out over there for the PEs and stuff. You don't see when the competition is not done. You got hot execs, so they can't wait to go and play the Breath of the fucking Wild. This is what I'm talking about. This, like, I don't know who the fuck these people are. This is not what's up. And you know, I mean, you think like it's because we need more space in the office. That's why you can't get to the next big great goddamn game. Like, nah, they need to go back to what made them. And they don't know. I can show you, man. Listen. You have to focus on your core. And again, hey, Puerto Rock, you know me didn't talk about this shit off the scene. Yeah. When they started fucking banking and betting their dollar on this Xbox Live Xbox Play Anywhere.
Yeah.
The average Joe Smo, again, I've always told you guys this too, again, that the casuals far outweigh the fucking hardcore. And we are hearing this hardcore, fucking 10-1. And I've used that shit maybe one time. I know D doesn't like that, but I can say it's the fucking truth. When Sony and Nintendo do their E3, they know that, hey, this right here is for us and our fans. Xbox niggas watch our E3. Is that coming to PC or we don't know what the fuck going on. We don't know. We don't know. Oh, no, that's a Windows 2 exclusive right there. That's coming out Windows 8 first. Then it's gonna come to XP. Then we gonna get it. Now, man. Come on, man. Like, that is the fucking problem.
That's true. That's true. Nobody can deny that.
Yeah, your mic.
Oh, man.
You got a sword? This is like a lifesaver. What the fuck going on with your mic, bro? That shit came like a lifesaver just now. Yeah, but what's going on, Baron? Talk to me. Like, what, in your honest opinion, what does Microsoft need to do to get this shit together? Nigga.
I'm just sitting here laughing.
Are you on a cordless phone?
Nah, hold on. So let me fix this.
Nigga, do tell.
They got Google Hangouts on the Switch now?
Yeah, right? That's what he's trying to do.
Man, this nigga doing a podcast being in a cross-faced chicken wing. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like you in a house phone.
Is that better?
There you go.
No.
You said no.
No. Yeah, I don't hear the feedback.
There's a feedback.
Yeah.
Get the Mr. Fuji salt out your microphone.
Yeah. How about it hot back? What are you using, Baron? Whatever you did when we did our podcast that day, that we had the 1-on-1, that was big money.
What about now?
All right.
Yeah.
That's
better.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I bought this my Turtle Beach broke, and I brought this new Turtle Beach. It was on sale at Black Friday, and it's been shit ever since I had it.
Fuck a snail right now.
But I was just sitting here enjoying y'all just damage control from Microsoft. It's pretty hilarious, man. I mean, you was like being bluntly honest. You sound like a frustrated Xbox fan, but you know everybody else in here damage controlling from Microsoft saying this and that. It's like
control.
I mean, it is what it is. You got to understand. Like Microsoft is turning the page, man. They turning the page. They're finna get out the hardware game. Y'all just don't want to believe it, but it's happening.
What?
Yeah, they're going to do it.
They're
going to do it. Look, you got to understand. Look.
Screen the people before you put them on the show.
Oh, my God.
Already confirmed the next Xbox is on the way. What are you talking about?
Well, they can confirm all they want, but that doesn't mean we don't know exactly what the next Xbox is going to be. Yeah. That's the fact of the matter is. And this whole Game Pass stuff and what's the name quoting about he want his games on all platforms and all this stuff and the shit he just did at GDC. I mean, come on. let's put 2 and 2 together. We can see what's about to happen, but
folks,
I mean, I think
this is the man that been getting turtle free since the 1980s.
Oh man, shit.
I think you just got a brain buster or something. Man. You got concussed or something, man.
I kind of agree with. I kind of agree with.
I ain't get concussed. I mean,
listen,
y'all all see.
He's come to the same conclusion that everybody else then came to, but everybody else.
No proof.
I still. What
more?
They're still gonna make hardware, but all the
what more proof do you? 2 years ago, I remember Z saying when they said all our games are going to be able to go to PC. I remember him saying this exact same thing. What the hell are they trying to get out? Are they trying to transition over to the PC? Right? Then little by little, then the Game Pass. Then it's just I don't know. And right now, this uncertainty about what Microsoft. They're going to say they're working on next generation. Why? Because they know the PS5 is coming.
This. Let me explain further.
For Microsoft.
Let me explain further what I'm saying. It's like
let him finish.
It's basically it's been like
hit the like button.
You said what?
No, something hit the like button. Okay, nigga,
oh, it's basically been a slow process of them taking one step each time, like once a year or once every 2 years toward getting out of the hardware game. Basically what he just said with the games coming to PC and then, all the weird comments and then you get on GDC and you showing what you did at GDC and then the rumors about them buying Valve and wanting to buy EA and all this other stuff. It's like, where there's smoke, there's fire, people. I mean, y'all can sit up here and try to ignore it all you want, but they're slowly taking that step toward getting out the console game. I mean, the next Xbox, it might be a next one, but it might be just a digital only streaming box. That's pretty much what I think it's going to be.
Okay, we got to get the biggest knife out the jar and cut the bullshit.
Oh, here we go.
What did he say at DICE that would insinuate that they're removing hardware? All he talked about at DICE was gaming in general. He talked about the importance of world buildings in games. He used reference like Zelda, Uncharted, Life is Strange, Inside, and Halo. He talked about opportunities in gaming in general for different cultures and background. He talked about the corporate culture of gaming and how it needs change and diversity. How does any of that says we're getting out of the hardware business as far as gaming?
You know what's funny? You so blind that you don't realize what you're saying right now. If you take them I'm an Xbox fanboy glasses off and just get out that tunnel vision, this guy works for Microsoft and he went up there and talked about products that are not Microsoft products.
Facts.
Make sure you understand what he actually did.
I did.
He went up there and talked about
preach.
He went up there and not pushed Microsoft products. He went up there and talked about non-Microsoft products. After making a comment, he wants all Xbox games to be on all other platforms. This is a strategic mind game Microsoft is playing with y'all, and y'all just don't want to feed into it. I know exactly what they're trying to do. They're gonna want the Xbox Game Pass. I'm just saying they're gonna want the Xbox Game Pass on every platform available. If it can't connect to the internet, they're gonna want to try to get a game streaming to it. That's what I believe their future is, and that's the way they're moving toward it. You could be blind all you want, but I have never seen nobody from Nintendo or Sony go up there and make a whole speech basically boosting other competition games and what they accomplished.
Okay, wait, all right. Now listen.
So
I can agree with you that on Baron. I think it shows that I don't know. It seems like they're weak to me. You know what I mean? My man Robert Belushi was drinking that pony piss. I can agree with what you were saying. Like I don't like the whole I can't wait to go home and play Horizon Zero Dawn, especially when it's not being done by the competition. I will give you that. You know what I mean? Now, even with Baron, when you're saying, I don't think they're going to get out the hard because it's so much. The gaming industry is making more money than the movie goddamn industry right now. It's flying. Even though Microsoft lost January's NPD, they have their best January ever since they've been selling consoles. You know what I mean?
But you got to understand, like Microsoft is really about I think they're at the point where they just want to make money now. I think they realize they can't. But they can't beat. They realize they can't beat Nintendo or Microsoft at this point.
I mean, listen. The same thing could be said for Nintendo, right? Look.
And turn it in. Oh,
listen,
Lord, this...
back at this, Baron. The same thing could be said for Nintendo while they're putting their games on cell phones.
Well, that's not the same thing because they're not putting their games on cell phones. They're putting these mobile experiences.
No, they're creating a game for cell phones.
You need to look
on my iPod.
Let's stop it. The bullshit.
I have
okay,
Mario on my iPod.
You cannot play Mario Odyssey on a cell phone. You cannot play Breath of the Wild on a cell phone. You can play a cell phone game based off of Mario on a cell phone. Yes. Yeah, you can play a Fire Emblem game based on a mobile. No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same. Stop. Oh my God. I don't understand why you Xbox fans are so retarded. It is not the same thing.
Create a game specifically for a cell phone. That's different than
let's look at some things that we already know.
It's not no. You need to understand. You are not going to play a mainline Mario game or mainline game of any franchise on a cell phone from Nintendo. You're not going to do that. You're not. Those. Let me finish what I'm saying. Those things are there because Nintendo is smart enough to understand that there is customers in the mobile market on cell phones that they could tap into to try to get them to come to buy their systems. That's the reason those things are there.
But we can't apply that to Microsoft. And this notion
how we apply it to Microsoft when they're giving you the whole game on another platform? What are you talking about?
This notion that Microsoft just wants to make money. That's the same fucking thing Sony and Nintendo want to do. Fuck out of here.
Oh my God. You gonna compare Game Pass to Super Mario Run? That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
I'm just saying this notion that every time we come on this show, I always hear this same comment. Microsoft is just all about making money. As if Sony and Nintendo are not about the same thing.
Oh my God. Poster, listen to the difference. This is the difference though, right?
He's not understanding logic here.
Microsoft owns Havoc, and Havoc makes Sony games, right? Microsoft bought Simply Gone. Simply Gone helps.
There's no difference. Fuck that.
Let me finish.
Simply Gone don't make no fucking difference. Havoc and Simply Gone. Havoc and Simply Gone don't make.
Don't even go off on your dumb shit.
Hold on.
Finish. Hold on. I didn't even get to finish.
Hold on. I just want to say this.
Point. I didn't even finish.
Havoc and Simply Gone doesn't make games. Those are tools used by Sony.
One at a time.
All right. Havoc, Simply Gone, PlayFab. These are all things Microsoft bought that support other platforms to help them make games and services and stuff like that. Sony didn't buy a multi-service that helps Microsoft make games. Nintendo didn't buy a service that helps Microsoft make games. They don't have anything that helps Microsoft make games. But Microsoft has all these tools and services that is helping their competition make games.
Preach.
They're already doing it.
I got
it's already happening.
I don't.
Our DVD is not a Sony thing.
To piggyback on what he was saying, that's just logic right there.
Sony thing. That's a fucking simple question.
You just gotta.
Every game is on DVD, so apparently none of that shit matters, right?
Every game is on what?
Every DVD. Is on DVD, right? DVD is on a DVD format, a Blu-ray format.
Okay.
Well, yeah, the disc ones, yeah.
So yes, so Sony didn't contribute to that.
Wait, so you're gonna
Microsoft contributed?
But Sony came up with the tech. Like, oh my God.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold on. So right now, what you're doing right now, the Master, what you're doing right now is you're comparing a disc, which is used by almost anything, movies, whatever.
But you said,
hold on.
You just started comparing Havoc software, which is used by almost anything.
You're comparing a disc with gaming specific companies that is used by your competition.
Hold on, let me.
They're used by.
But let me.
What are you talking about?
Let me also comment on that. When it comes to the Blu-ray thing, like that's not even a good argument because if Microsoft didn't want to use the Blu-ray, they didn't have to use it. But they
if
chose
Sony
to
doesn't want to use Havoc, they don't have to use it.
Okay.
If simply, if
But
they
that's
don't
not
want to
the.
use it,
Nah. What are you talking about?
they don't have to use
Oh my God!
They can make
The
their
same.
own-
No, the same.
That was a retarded.
software. Can they not?
You sounded real retarded. The same way. Listen.
Microsoft.
Hold up.
Microsoft
Hold
is
up.
Can they make their own proprietary software? Yes
Oh my
or no?
God!
Hold on. One at a time.
That argument's
One at a
mad
time.
One
One at a time.
Argument's mad corny.
Where you go off
Mad
on a rant
corny.
for 20 minutes? Can they make their own proprietary software? Yes or no?
But look, Mac,
Oh my
yo, listen,
God.
Microsoft,
Yes or no?
Microsoft,
Is it yes or no?
Microsoft, yes, they can use your own property.
Microsoft
is
Microsoft
It's
bought
a dumbass argument.
gaming specific.
It's a dumbass argument.
But Sony is not forced to use those tools.
LG makes a Blu-ray player.
Sony's not forced to use those tools.
Sony is not forced
Sony is
to
not
use
forced to
those
use those tools.
Microsoft is buying tools that helps other game developers make games.
Oh, wait, here's listen, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Hold up.
Microsoft has made most of those tools. Let's not forget that. Microsoft
Hold
made
up,
most of those
hold up.
tools that developers use to this day to create games. Microsoft is the type of company that's into software, so it makes sense for them to buy the Havoc engine for these other companies to use in their games because they're making money off of it. It's a completely different entity of the business that doesn't really affect the Xbox brand. It's like comparing apples to oranges, in my opinion.
And not only that, those companies are not forced to use those tools. Like Matt said, Sony can make
That's
their
an
own.
irrelevant topic. That's an irrelevant point.
Listen. This is what he's saying.
Irrelevant.
Hold on. Let me. What he's saying. He's saying that Microsoft is spending
making.
Microsoft.
Oh my God.
Energy. They're spending their time. They're spending everything dedicating to shit that is not specific for Xbox. That's the problem. They're not focused specifically on Xbox. They're focusing on everything else outside of it.
So question. If you're Microsoft, right, and you have the money to buy Havoc, which is prior to you not owning them, that you was paying for the licenses to use their software. If you had an opportunity to buy them, to bring them in-house, to save money on purchases and license for them, and make it easier for your development team to get access to that software, that's something you wouldn't do.
But you gotta understand.
If they had a bunch of studios and they were creating a bunch of games, I would say yes. But the mere fact that we're sitting here right now, not knowing what lies outside of the next 3 games, and everybody's complaining, hey, you know, what do we have next? That's part of the problem, right?
I'm just saying,
your base first,
just
before you go and branch out on all kind of other crap.
Just because they purchase Havoc doesn't mean they have to seclude it to just Microsoft. Secluded to just Microsoft.
You even further just justify Barron's what he was saying.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly.
Well, just because they're basically they have tools that is branching out that because their plan is to put it on
Microsoft. Hold on a second.
Whoa.
Let me say this point here.
They was doing that prior to
one at a time.
Microsoft is a software-based company first before all of that shit. So you guys shouldn't be surprised that they're doing this. For starters, it has nothing to do with the Xbox platform.
Facts.
Now, I think Phil needs to come out and be a little bit more clear when he makes his statements. When he says that he wants all of his. Can I talk, bro? You like
this is ridiculous. So go ahead. I haven't said nothing in 10 minutes. What are you talking about? But go ahead.
Spencer needs to be a little bit more clear when he says he wants his games on all devices, because he can only be talking about all of the Windows devices. He hasn't said he wants these games on other consoles.
But he's always listen. Hey,
so
to be
Phil,
fair,
hold on a second. So Phil needs to come out and be clear about this. What his intentions are.
So he has been clear about that though.
Can I comment on that?
He has not once said he wants his games to be on other consoles. He has not.
Can I comment on that? When he said all other platforms and devices, I'm pretty sure he meant other gaming consoles and devices.
There's phones. There's Windows
Android phones and other systems. That's what he meant.
There's other things. He didn't once say consoles.
We know.
Listen, let me ask you something.
Jesus Christ!
Trying to figure out how y'all.
Listen.
Wait, why do you think Phil doesn't want his games on Nintendo and PlayStation?
Why do you think he does?
What? Because he wants to branch out on everything like he does with Windows. He wants it on every device possible to make the mass amount of money, just like Windows. That's why I say he wants.
They own Windows.
Now, why don't you think he don't want that?
They own Windows.
All right.
Why would they put their games on other platforms and have to pay the other platforms to host their games? Why would they do that? They own Windows. They get 100% of their revenue. They get 100% of their revenue. That's a dumbass idea.
Giving away
What the hell?
Why would they give away money?
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
They'll make more money. It's the same thing no different than Activision, EA. How you think they make all their money? They don't even own hardware, but they make shit tons of.
The point is that they don't own hardware.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Oh my god!
Microsoft owns Surface, right? That's hardware, right?
Every software that's on every computer.
Surface is hardware, right?
Microsoft owns that.
Yeah, Surface is hardware, right? Hold up. Surface is hardware. Yeah, Microsoft still provides the same operating system to Toshiba.
Puerto Rock and Baron. Is Sony and Nintendo headed in the same direction?
Hell no. Let me explain. Let me explain that real quick.
This is good for the gander.
They're not.
Let me explain.
You're technically right. If only Sony made those moves, but they didn't buy PlayFab. They didn't buy Simply Gone. They don't own Havoc.
I'm gonna tell you.
So just like Post Up said,
he owns them.
You have an opportunity to not pay licensing fees. You in fact buy something, so you don't pay any licensing fees, but you get money. How is that a bad business move? You're all about the numbers, right?
Yeah. Yes, but no, it's not a bad business move if you want to branch out and put everything on everything. It's
Listen,
let me buy software that's optional to use, and that somehow means you're going to put your games on.
Let me make a statement. Let me make a
that reach, Nick. If you were Stretch Armstrong,
so Phil wants to buy all these services. That's what but he actually doesn't want to do anything with them.
You heard it. Hold on.
Let me make a statement to end this. Let me make a statement to end this, man.
Since Microsoft brought Havoc and Simply Gone, that means
and PlayFab
on everything.
And PlayFab.
Let me make a statement to end this all this garbage once and for all.
There's no logic in that statement.
This is the statement that's going to end everything. So y'all can just stop arguing and sounding retarded as hell. Do you see Reggie going out there pushing anything about any other console but the Nintendo Switch?
Nope.
Do you see the head of Sony going out there pushing anything about any other console besides PS4 and PS4 Pro?
Nope.
That's the end of the story then. If you want to still be in denial about that, then there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. No. There is nobody on any other competition in any other company, Sony and Microsoft, out there doing anything opposite of pushing and is strengthening their brand and their system. That's all they're doing.
You made that
Microsoft
point.
Is not doing that.
Okay, you made your point.
The end of story.
I agree with you in the sense that I really don't think that Microsoft should be mentioning their competition, because every time you mention their competition, you're doing free advertisement for them. I'm against that. You know, if you want to say, hey, congratulations, Sony, for a great November or whatever, that's one thing. But to constantly be, talking about their games and all this stuff, yeah, we should be friendly, we should be gamers, but at the same time, you're running a business, they are your competition, and they're out for your neck. So I agree with you there. They shouldn't be really doing that. At the same time, this does not mean that Microsoft is getting out of the hardware business. You're reaching at that. I'll agree with you. Microsoft shouldn't be saying all these things, but it doesn't lead to the point that
I just want to answer.
Let Baron not profitable for them, then that'd be a different story. Just because they're not doing as good as Sony or as Nintendo is doing right now does not mean they're not making money. This month in the MPD, the difference between all the consoles was 3%. These guys are all making money.
Okay. That doesn't change the fact of what I said at all.
Yeah, so Microsoft
we're going to pay the bill.
We're going to pay the bill. But the thing is, let me put it to you like this. Let me respond to what he said.
We're going to pay the bills first. Hold on, we're going to pay the bills. Shout out to Ripper Clash for the $1. He didn't put a comment because he's saying y'all talking about nothing right now.
I'm telling you.
Hey, wait. I just want to. We got to do a little better. We got to stop talking over each other. We can't nobody hear shit. That's what it sounds like. God damn. It's showtime here, baby.
So you know what?
This just sounds like the voice chat on the Nintendo Switch right now. We got to get you together.
You know what? The only thing I don't like is every show it is always a rest in peace Xbox conversation. Every fucking show. Every fucking show.
I'm gonna say this. So there's no confusion. There's no confusion. They still gonna make hardware. I'm not saying they don't. Baron is. I still think they're gonna make hardware, just like how they're gonna make Surface. They still make Surface tablets. In fact, they're doing very good with Surface tablets. But just because they make Surface tablets, they are still supporting Toshiba and Dell and other companies who make the competitor to Surface tablets because they don't give a fuck. They make money either way, and I think Microsoft's gonna establish the same. They're gonna do the same strategy. They're still gonna make you an Xbox because there's still dudes who want to play an Xbox. But they don't care. They're still going to put everything on everyone else. Buy an Xbox if you want, or don't buy an Xbox. Either way, they're going to make money.
So why haven't the games that's been announced been going to every other platform?
Because they have to build Game Pass first on Windows.
So your argument, so your argument about us predicting what's going to happen is, because it has to happen this right second.
Does anybody have any business logic in this damn chat?
I'm asking you a question because Microsoft.
Oh my God!
Microsoft has been getting rid of Xbox since 2006.
You know what, Baron? You're saying, hold on a second, Baron.
This is crazy.
Hold on a second. Hold on, Baron.
I'm asking. Why hasn't that shit already happened? In 11 years that Microsoft has been getting rid of Xbox and Xbox.
Oh my God.
Did I say?
Hold on, one at a time. One at a time.
Who is it? First off,
this is crazy.
It's been happening for 11 years. I didn't say that.
This is crazy.
I can attest to this. Look, ever since Microsoft has gotten this game in, when they came in with the OG Xbox, they was all people was already counting them out.
Who them people? Are they even just podcast?
I'm just saying. No, can I finish, Porter Rock? I did not say your name. I did not say your name. Would you let me finish? I said people. When I say people, I mean the media. At that time, when Microsoft was coming in the industry, not only the media, but even fanboys from the Sony camp, fanboys from the Nintendo camp, media, everybody was counting the Xbox out, and it's been like that since day one, and it continues to be because every fucking show we have an RIP Xbox.
That's all irrelevant. Hold on a second. Look at it. It's real money moves.
Let me go. Let me go.
I want to see this point here, Barry. You're talking about both sides of your mouth. You're saying on one side,
oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
Business, and then on the other side, you're saying that they want to get their games on every platform and they want their games on everything. Now you can't have it both ways. Now,
what the hell are you talking about?
For sure, hold on a second. For sure, they're not going to get out of the hardware business. For sure. Now, I will say, the moves that they're making and the way they're presenting it, I can't say without certainty that it's not a possibility that they might bring their games on other platforms. I can't say that with 100% certainty. That I can't say. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. I don't know 100% because he needs to come out and really clarify his statements. It's kind of cloudy, and he's giving.
Wait. Okay.
How much?
Okay. Hold up. No.
Ammunition to these people that want to believe this. More ammunition. I think he needs to come out and be clear.
Oh, okay. Wait.
All right. Let me answer him real quick. I'm gonna answer him real quick. Before you. All right. I'm gonna answer real quick. I'm gonna put it to you like this: you are a company. You have a gaming system, and your goal of the gaming system is to what? Push the sales of the gaming system, right? So how do you push the sales of your gaming system when you have competitors? Anybody know how to do that?
Offer a better product, try to be cheaper.
A better product, or most importantly,
that the other companies don't have?
Exclusive content, right? So if you take all your exclusive content and take it away from your hardware and put it on PC, what you got left?
But the PC market is a completely different market from the console market.
The problem is you not having exclusive content to push your hardware. You having your content available at other places, which means people are less likely to pick up your damn hardware.
So
it's just that simple. Like, come on, people.
So real quick, you just said they have their content available in other places, right? Right now. So how does
they're full games. They're full games.
Consoles? If they already have it on other places right now,
listen.
What says they're selling it to other consoles?
Okay,
you said what?
Let me go real quick. Okay, so back to what Phil Spencer said. His words, right? We want to put our content. We want people to play our content anywhere. All right. So it's already their games are already on the PC, right? So he's constantly saying this. If Microsoft games are already on the PC, but he keeps stating this, we want to put our games. We want our games to be able to play anywhere. What else is there left?
He's saying anywhere.
I don't know. I guess they think
because on one hand,
like almost 15 million install base for the Switch and any and everything. That's everything. Why you guys won't think that they won't put it on Sony's platform or Switch?
I don't understand this. On one hand, y'all saying that putting Microsoft games on the PC is a bad thing and it's affecting. But then on the other hand, you look at the Gears of War numbers and you say, well, Gears of War didn't sell. Is it because they put it on PC? What numbers did Gears of War do on PC versus being on the Xbox One? Does the numbers show that since they put their exclusives on PC, that people is purchasing their exclusives more so on PC than their home console? Does the numbers show that? Because if they don't, then we can't say that this Play Anywhere thing has had a negative impact on anything.
It's just here's the thing, though. I'm gonna follow up with that. I'm gonna follow up with that post up. Here's the thing, just like what you said, right? Ever since they start releasing games of being available on the PC, ultimately we don't think it made a big difference, right? We think majority of the people still gonna buy it on Xbox. So why are they doubling down and continuing with the whole PC Play Anywhere type thing? Again, everything is going, and I agree with Baron. Everything that they're doing is kind of trending and it's leaning towards the inevitable, which is putting their games anywhere, just like Phil Spencer said. I mean,
I don't know.
It's this old.
I think that's more so just about choice than them trying to.
What you mean choice? No, this is a damn business. Damn it! It ain't about choice. It's about making the damn money.
Right, and that's why they put their games on the other platform that they own, so they can make 100% of that.
Microsoft could give a damn about your choice. They trying to make some damn money.
Okay, so real quick, Phil said it's about choice. So you're using his words to say it was about choice, but now it's not about choice. So either his words.
Are you really gonna be that stupid to realize why he said that?
Which one?
You really gonna be that stupid to not realize why he said that? Are you serious right now?
Hit the like button.
You are not serious right now.
Hit the like button.
You are not serious right now. If I am the CEO of a company and I am pushing a new program, why in the world? Wow. This is the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life.
Look at Microsoft. Look at Microsoft. I'm just saying this. Looking at Microsoft.
What are you asking? You asking me why Phil Spencer went out there and gave you a business statement.
But his words don't mean anything.
No, you're not. You are proving my point. Like you are not downloading what is being told to you. What's being told to you, you're not downloading in your damn brain. That's what you're not doing.
It's like y'all pick and choose. It's like y'all.
It's not pick and choose. It's called logic and common sense.
No.
That's what it's called.
It's the point that he's trying to make. It's the point that
oh my God.
When Phil say things, y'all picking and choosing. When he says about choice, y'all say he's lying. But when he goes over and say this, y'all say it's fact.
When he goes over and says, I want my games to be
oh my God.
How can you pick and choose?
Let me say this right now.
Choose what's factual. On one hand, you saying he's saying this.
No, you're not listening.
You're not on everything. But then when he said over here it's about choice, you say he's lying. It's about business. So how is y'all gonna pick and choose what is factual and what
are you talking about? When he stated that, he basically was telling everybody on the fan base, you have a choice to either choose from Xbox One or Xbox Game Pass on PC. That is a business decision That is a business decision and a business statement he made, so he don't make y'all feel like y'all being left out in the cold. But at the end of the day, it's about business and making money. That's why your games are on PC now. What part of that did you understand?
I play all my games.
I don't get it.
It's not even on PC, bro.
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
I'm just finding it funny that you are picking and choosing what's fact and what's not. From what
Oh my god. Okay, whatever.
He says is fact. Everything he says is fake.
Oh my god.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, this argument wouldn't even be.
This argument is stupid as hell.
This argument wouldn't even be happening if Microsoft if they invested in a ton of new studios and they have a bunch of new games coming and we knew this right now we don't know anything outside of the handful of games that we got.
Oh, we got to pay the bills. Ripper Clash dropped the $2 hot and spicy. He said, "Cut the bullshit." Rain came in. And check it out, right? I sit back and I listen, right, to both of you guys go back and forth, and I don't want to put any words in my mouth. Baron, you're saying that Microsoft is getting out of the hardware business.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to get out of it and it's going to be like, oh, tomorrow we're out of the hardware business. No. They're setting everything up to lead up to that point. I don't know how long it's going to take. That's what it's leading to.
Nintendo and Sony as well.
What are you talking about? Oh my god!
Yeah, because yes, you can apply that. Yes, you can apply that to Nintendo. And the reason why I say that, because if you look at all industries have went digital. Movie, music, books, everything has gone digital. The only industry that hasn't been fully there is the gaming industry. So if that applies to Microsoft, it applies to Sony and Nintendo.
No, it don't apply to them because they're not the ones trying to push their content on other platforms.
Let me say this.
They are trying to strengthen their respective brands. That's not the same.
Let me say this. Let me make this point. All right, post up your. In theory, this can apply to Sony and Nintendo. The only problem is they haven't invested billions in actually making that happen. Microsoft spent billions in have it, not Sony or Nintendo. Microsoft spent billions on PlayFab. Hold up, not Sony and Nintendo. Hold up. Let me finish. Microsoft spent billions on Simply Gone. Sony and Nintendo has it. It's Phil Spencer going out there going crazy over crossplay. Yoshida ain't out there being. He's not saying that. If anything,
Sony was pushing crossplay last generation, though. Sony was pushing crossplay.
If anything, Sony's damage controlling, saying we don't want to crossplay with Microsoft because their environment's not.
Porter Rock. So at one point, Sony wasn't pushing crossplay.
What?
So at one point, Sony wasn't pushing crossplay. Because we can Google. At one point, I'm asking you, did Sony ever push crossplay?
I can answer that question. Sony was not pushing crossplay like Microsoft is pushing crossplay.
Oh, here we go.
I don't.
That argument comes up every single time Microsoft is pushing crossplay.
I don't get it. Can I ask this question? Every time Xbox players or fans bring up crossplay, the first thing a Sony fan does it. Sony was doing that last generation, and Microsoft won with it. But now we're on this podcast, and Sony wasn't pushing crossplay like Microsoft is right now.
Let me ask this question. I want y'all to honestly answer this question. I'm gonna ask this question. This needs to be the end of this topic. It needs to be the end of it because you're going in circles and it sounds stupid. Is Microsoft currently doing what Nintendo and Sony are doing when it comes to strengthening their brand and their system?
Say it again. What is the question?
Oh, we silent now. Is Microsoft doing the same exact thing as Nintendo and Sony with strengthening their brand and their system?
All right, hold on. Till I pay the bills. Hey, Top Dog said next gen cut the real master mic off. He been drinking too much AK Mega juice.
Again, Top Dog, let's play big PC, take little PC. Since I don't have
I don't want y'all to answer that question. I don't want to go back and forth. No. I want you to answer the damn question. Is Microsoft doing what Nintendo and Sony are doing to strengthen their brand and their system?
What are they doing?
No.
What are they doing?
Answer the question.
What are they doing? And what do you mean what are they doing?
They're out in there. It's easy perspective. They're out there pushing their systems. They're out there pushing their exclusive content toward their systems, and they're out there only talking about what's on their console and exclusive content to their system. It's Microsoft doing that.
So Microsoft doesn't have.
Use a goddamn lie! Oh my god!
Game Pass. Running for the question, dog. Keep.
Oh my god!
We're getting confused. Just because Phil got on the stage and did a keynote using other content.
You still ain't answered the question.
I'm answering the question.
You still ain't answered the question. That's a yes or no question. That is a yes or no question.
I say yes.
Oh my god!
None of that is pushing.
I say yes. I say yes because I say yes because they are pushing their exclusives. They're pushing their hold on. Can I say something? Microsoft is pushing their content. They're pushing their hardware. Just because he got on stage using other content to make a point doesn't negate the fact that they're marketing and pushing their software and their hardware.
Hold on. Let me rephrase the question. Let me rephrase the question down to pre-K for you because you're not understanding it. Let me break it down. Is Microsoft doing what Nintendo and Sony are doing to strengthen the brand of the console?
Wait.
Oh my god!
Wait, hold up. Wait, hold on.
I'm done. I gotta be like 100, bro.
Bills. Cyrus said about the Cyrus break said all Barron does is bring up points that have no correlation to each other, contradicting himself and over talking people and insulting them. His argument is based off the hyperbole and bullshit.
Hyperbole. Man, you literally motherfucker.
That bitch is that shit is based off the hyperbole.
I have nothing else to say. I mean, if you in denial about that question, you just a lost cause at this point. You just a lost cause at this point.
They put all their first party exclusives.
That is not strengthening the Xbox brand.
How is that not their
What is
hold on. How is
that not their brand?
How is this not?
How is that not their brand?
You can't buy a PS4 and sign up for Game Pass, could you?
No, he is saying giving
Can
away
you get a Nintendo?
He's saying giving away all your games for $10. Oh shit! Not strengthening your console. That's basically.
So you have to buy an Xbox to play those games, right?
No, you don't. You can get them on PC.
How many of them
Game Pass on PC? That's not true.
Right. You can't buy Game Pass on PC. You have to buy it on Xbox.
No, who said Game Pass was coming to PC?
Give it a day. Watch. Feels.
See, now we're doing. See, now we're doing hypothetical.
Why wouldn't it?
Right now, you can only get Game Pass. You can only use Xbox.
You have Game Pass right now on the Xbox. You have Play Anywhere titles. They are available to be downloaded.
Yeah, you can play it on PC. That's
right now. However, you can't buy the Game Pass on the PC. You have to have an Xbox to do it. And then once you get it on the Xbox, if you have a PC, you're able to play those games. So the Xbox is kind of the base entry into that kind of program.
What makes it worse? If this was Nintendo or Sony doing this, if I could play Uncharted on PC, or if I could play Breath of the Wild on PC, or Mario Odyssey on PC, or play The Last of Us on PC, y'all will be saying the exact same thing I'm saying right now. This is what makes it so damn funny.
Exactly. Hey,
this is what makes it so funny.
I can play PS Now on PC right now and play every Uncharted game except for 4.
Good God.
Good point. I have a question. Hey, Baron. Hey, Baron. You listen to some wild shit here tonight, Baron.
This is wild.
No, listen.
This is wild as hell.
Now, listen. Now. I think you're being a little tongue in cheek. You're being kind of messy here, right? And I'll be the first. Yeah, I will be the first to admit. I will be the first to admit that Microsoft messaging has been, but yeah. But they already confirmed out. They're not talking about. Aaron and Murray said that they're not talking about putting Halo on the PS4 and shit. Like what are we doing here?
No, that is marketing speak. That's PR.
Yeah.
Whatever these people said and interpreted from it is real, regardless of what the Microsoft people are saying. All that's PR.
Look.
Denial is a hell of a
look. I'm just denial's a hell of a drug. That's exactly what it is.
Hey,
I'm a pray for y'all. I understand this is a hard time to be Xbox.
So let's go. I'm gonna run through.
But damn, I'm trying to set you up for what's going to happen in the future, so you won't crumble.
Let me know.
But you just not believing it. It's just like
see, you the Bron Chloe on the show. I don't know what you got going on here, bro.
I'm gonna run through this scenario right now. Right now, Nintendo tested the market with their licenses on mobile, right?
Yes.
Right? So right now, the Switch runs basically a high-end mobile chip. Correct? As
no, that's false.
That is correct, actually.
That's basically what it is. What are you talking about?
They have a Tegra X1 chip.
So
that's a tablet.
Let's say that they tested the market. They can see that their games are viable to be played on every platform, every mobile market that known to man. They run a high-end chip. Right now, cell phones are getting stronger. I can connect my Xbox controller to my cell phone right now and play a game. Is this all true?
Nice.
Yes or no?
True, facts.
Okay, that's all nice, but
so all these games are available digital download, correct?
Yep.
So let's say Nintendo has the opportunity to put their games on mobile and make money off of every game on every platform, on every mobile thing. Is that not a viable thing right now? Because all cell phones, almost all of them can run these games.
Wait, so you're saying, hold up, you're saying
what the hell are you saying? You just went all over the place.
Cell phones cannot run. Hold on, a quick question. Can my iPhone 8 run Switch games?
Yeah.
No.
It's more powerful.
No, stop it.
And what the hell is your cell phone?
Y'all are ridiculous. No, your iPhone ain't running no damn Switch game.
So wait,
oh my god!
So you say my iPhone 8 could run?
You said the iPhone 8 is gonna run the Switch game.
Hey yo, mobile chip technology.
Hey yo, first of all,
this is crazy.
Y'all keep up with mobile chip technology.
Switch ain't one T-flop.
Before y'all try to knock what he's saying, do y'all keep up with mobile chip technology?
Hey man.
All right,
they just gonna laugh and go.
I'm gonna put you on the test.
If you don't keep up with mobile chip technology, you cannot knock.
Okay,
what
I'm gonna put
God.
I'm gonna put you on the test. I'm gonna put you on the test.
Can I just respond to what he said?
Let me real quick.
No, you finna go into a whole nother argument. I want to respond to what you just said.
I'm gonna catch him right now. If that's true, then how come whatchamacallit Bethesda didn't put Skyrim on phones yet?
Yep.
Skyrim's on Switch. How come it's not on iPhone?
Skyrim should be on phones as old as that game is.
Who is us to control the decision of what they want?
Oh, no, now it's control decision. So you're telling me Bethesda don't want to make money off of phones, but Nintendo does?
I didn't say that. I did say that.
Though, cuz
I did not say that.
Let me just.
I said we can't control the decisions of what was that to do with their software, and you immediately assumed that was me saying that they don't want to make money on mobile.
What else is on Switch? Doom? Is Doom on Switch?
Can I? Let me just respond to what he said.
Go, Bear.
Because y'all getting ridiculous.
Maz was making a point.
He's not making no point. There is no point.
Here's the funny part. Y'all making a point with made up bullshit.
We actually telling you what made up bullshit.
We actually telling you real shit.
You're telling me what you think.
Simply Gone. These are real shit that Microsoft did. That's not acceptable. But in a imaginary scenario where iPhone could play Skyrim, get the fuck out of here.
Let me go ahead and respond to what he said.
I get it, Bear. You piece of shit.
Understand you understand why you hate the Nintendo guy because we're dominating right now, but let me go ahead.
I have a Switch.
I hate Nintendo guys.
He hates Nintendo. I have a Switch.
I was talking to one person. Y'all calm down. Damn. Okay, let me answer the question.
I'm telling you,
answer the question. Let me answer the question. Okay, relax. First of all, no, your iPhone 8 ain't running no Switch games. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Now, if that was possible, don't you think Nintendo would have put these games directly on the mobile devices But they didn't do that. You know why they didn't do that? Because it ain't about putting their core games on the mobile devices. It's about taking the fans that's on the mobile market and bringing them into their hardware business and making them buy the system. Right. That's what it's about. That's why you see the Fire Emblem app. That's why you see the Mario Run app. That's why you see the Pokemon Go app. That's why you seen whatever else they got coming out, the Mario Kart app. That is what that is for. Yeah, they're not out there trying to put their games on every other system viable. Or I want you to play Nintendo everywhere. No, that's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to tap into that market and see these are the future gamers, and we're trying to bring them into our hardware market and make them buy our systems and buy our games. Facts. Nintendo is one of the most smartest businesses on the planet. This is why they've been around for so damn long. This is why they've been dominating for like 30 plus damn years. Because they know exactly what they're doing. Say what?
So, how about that Wii U, bitch?
We're gonna go.
I mean, the Wii U. I mean, every genius. Can I finish?
I will answer. Hold on. I don't understand.
Let me answer. Let me answer.
Hold on. Apple.
Let me answer though. He asked me something. I want to answer.
Okay, go.
I'm not going to shy away from anything you say to me. Yeah, every genius has a step back, and the Wii U was a step back. The gamers didn't accept it.
GameCube was a step back too, huh?
No, hell no. They can't be one no step back, no. But the Wii U definitely was a step back for them, but they recovered very quickly, very precisely than anybody else. I don't think any other company could have did what they did. That's number one. To go from Wii U to Switch.
Hey, Baron,
that was very impressive.
To develop that old ass technology, and you grown ass weirdos out there buying that old shit.
Not only look, hold on.
Wait.
Hold on, say something. Because we saying cell phone games. We saying cell phones can't run Switch games. If you look at the Tegra X1, which is basically the chip that's in the
stop Switch. With the Tegra X1 bull crap. That's what y'all need to stop.
They already did pictures on the chip.
When the video told you what it was, they used the word custom, and it's word custom for a damn reason.
God, nigga.
Okay.
I don't understand why we still do this to this day.
You did not enter the 4K territory.
Okay. I don't understand why we still do this to this day. I don't get it. Why do we still do that?
Okay, wait. I got a question.
That is crazy.
I don't understand it. This shit is crazy.
Hold on. You need to watch digital. Baron, I
ain't watching. Forget Digital Foundry. Digital Foundry holds no credit to me whatsoever. So you don't even bring them up.
I believe
they are nothing to me.
You believe otherwise? I just suggest you just go watch the Digital Foundry video.
I'm not watching anything from Digital Foundry.
The system and tell you what the
I am not watching anything from somebody who has been proven false multiple times and have lied multiple times.
This guy,
no, I'm not doing that.
He's like Jim Jones, Coatley.
Stop it.
This dude. Okay, so I got a quick
when it came to the X,
wait. I just want to ask him a question real quick.
Let me finish.
You just said Mario Kart was coming to phones. So why
some form of a Mario Kart app? Yeah, some Mario Kart Tour, I think it's called.
Mario Kart will be playable on phones by 2019. I know the story. So why are other games coming? Because if they started with Mario Kart, then why can't other games come?
Did I just not explain that? What did you not hear what I said?
Other games come. Mario Kart's not out right now. Right now, they started the Mario Run and all the little mobile adaptations that they could do real quick. The Pokemon Go's, they was testing the market. I said, how come in the future they can't bring their games over? Mario Kart is a game.
That's not what they're about.
How do you know? Nintendo's
because of what they're putting on the damn cell phone. That's how we know.
They didn't put anything on the cell phone.
Just how we know Microsoft is putting full games on Xbox One Game Pass. Nintendo is out there creating dedicated mobile apps.
You know
that are not full gaming experiences because they want to bring in revenue and bring those gamers over to hardware. That's all it's about.
You know what the Mario Kart game is on phones? You played it?
I mean, they gave a vague description of it. It's going to be just like the Fire Emblem app. It's going to be just like the damn the Mario Run app. It's going to be the same thing.
You're guessing.
Well, stop me. You're guessing.
I'm not guessing. I'm going on base of what exactly they told me they are going to do.
You're assuming. Just like you're assuming with Microsoft.
How am I assuming when they said this is what it's going to be?
And then this oh
my God!
This he wanted all this stuff you come over
here crazy, man.
And so D said you need.
So you basically telling me they're gonna have dedicated mobile games and all of a sudden put out a. Come on.
No, because.
This is crazy.
You have to watch. People want to talk about what's factual and what people going to do. And at the end of the day, look, the Tegra X1 versus I'm finna put an Apple old chip, the A10X Fusion GPU outperform the Tegra X1. Apple's new chip, the A11 Bionic chip, is heads better than the chip that's in the Switch. If they decided to take a Switch game and put it over to the iPhone 10, it will run. Fuck is you talking about, boy?
Hey, yo.
I'm talking about that nobody said the X1 chip was in the Switch, but y'all.
You said cell phones can't run Switch games.
I mean, you still going on based that the chip in the Switch is an X1. Nobody said it was an X1, but y'all just want to believe that anyway. So
it's an X1.
Y'all can believe it. I am not. I am not going to debate that anymore.
On the chip, they dissected the chip.
I don't give but damn, it was they did surgery on the damn chip.
Yes,
at the end of the day.
I'm done.
I don't care that they did facts. I don't care that they did facts. You ain't gonna never tell me my Switch ain't do it. My Switch does it. Yes, it does.
Look. All that garbage don't mean anything to me.
Go ahead, Z. I'm done.
I don't give a fuck that they opened it up.
Y'all been done, obviously. Y'all been done a long time ago. You've been done like 40 minutes ago, to be real truthful with you.
I wanted to ask.
We went. What?
I wanted to ask a question, right? The Switch, it was close, 3% between all of them. Which was 3% between Nintendo and Sony. It was close. It was everyone. Microsoft sold, with typical spin, sold the most consoles they ever did in January. Sony made the most revenue. Nintendo sold the most consoles. Cool. All right. We done talked about the NPD, right? Switching it up. What do you call it? The Last of Us 2. The director hinted that the game may indeed be first person. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
Their next game that they may release, not The Last of Us 2, but their next game that they're going to be. Yeah, it's the next one. So
yeah, they're working on another game.
But since we're talking,
another game outside of The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, and then on top of that, right, The Last of Us 2. Now you got Troy Baker and Ellie, the guys from Uncharted. Now they've joined the Death Stranding team.
Yeah, and it's gonna be
all I know is there is some form of Mario and a Mario Kart coming to.
Oh my God!
I just want to say this.
We're talking about that.
I just want to say this. There is some form of Mario and Mario Kart going to the mobile device.
Who cares? They're not.
Just made a point putting it somewhere on other platforms.
That is not the same thing at all. Stop it.
That's all right, bro.
God.
Hey, yo, let me ask you guys a question in the comment section. It's looking ugly than masterpiece. Hey, yo, did Baron come in here with the Xbox ass today, man?
It's all right, folks. You're right.
Body suplex.
Oh my God.
All of 2017.
Doesn't matter if it's the same.
Listen, all of 2017, y'all were in denial about November, and look what happened. Don't worry about it. It's gonna. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in denial of what was gonna happen in November.
Running back to PC.
I got you. Don't make me bring tapes next week, bro. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it.
Bring tapes.
All right? Don't make me bring
Crazy.
tapes.
I just said you bring tapes.
Roll the goddamn tapes.
Y'all in the now.
Roll the
it's
tapes.
right, though.
All I gotta say is that good luck to y'all Xbox people for the rest of 2018. It's gonna be pretty hard. Nintendo Switch dominated and didn't even have a major release in January, so that pretty much sets the tone of how it's gonna be for the rest of the year.
Hey, man, you ain't shit, yo. I would never. You befriended me, and you come in, you do this shit here on my show, on my watch.
So Baron, you tell me the world's weakest console beat the world's
weak. Oh Lord, this shit needs to stop with this world weakest garbage.
It is though. The weakest garbage. Hey, Bear, let me feel that is listen. Ain't nothing but folks that bought it was confused sexually and they all believe in Jesus. Everybody that bought the Switch is confused sexually and they pray to Jesus. That's a dog shit goddamn console. So what do you call dog shit console?
So what do you call Xbox fans right now? What do you call them?
We the motherfuckers. We the Aryan nation, bro. They got the most powerful. We the Aryan fucking nation. What you talking about, bro?
Y'all the nation on your hands and knees begging Microsoft, please don't leave the hardware market.
The mobile.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Wait, hold up, yo. I ain't gonna lie.
We know the mobile market is a threat to the Switch.
Go ahead, Z.
I ain't gonna lie, yo.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God! Listen, hold on. Let me crush him real quick before we leave. If the mobile market, no. If the mobile market was a threat to Nintendo, the 3DS and the Switch would not be doing what it's doing right now.
It's a threat. It is.
It ain't no threat.
It's cell phones
the Switch
now
wouldn't be selling, and the 3DS would still be selling.
You have cell phones now that is just as powerful as the 360.
And like I said, if it was a threat, the Switch wouldn't be selling, and the 3DS still wouldn't be selling like it is.
Understand the point I'm trying to make.
There's no point. There's no point.
You let me talk, bro?
There's no point.
Would you let me talk? As technology continues to advance in the mobile market, at some point they're at a point where they're almost matching console specs. You got cell phones that's just as powerful, if not more powerful, than the 360. So I can get those. So I can get those Switch or 3DS type games on my cell phone.
And guess what?
That's why I say it's a threat. I didn't say it's killing it at this point. I said it's a threat to them.
Guess what though?
Because they're handheld products.
Guess what though? Let me blow your mind real quick. As those cell phones get more powerful, guess what happens? Nintendo releases more powerful handheld systems. Oh, bombshell! Oh my God! Like, stop it, bro.
Because according to Reggie, said they're not looking to release a Switch 2 or whatever for a while.
Exactly, it's gonna be like 6 years
every year. Cell phone technology is cell phones coming out every year, bro. The technology is advancing.
Who gives a damn?
Cell
phone gaming will never ever take over console and dedicated gaming devices.
I never said we're going to take over console.
You said a threat.
Handheld.
That's the only threat it can be.
The Switch is a handheld. The Switch is a handheld. I didn't say
not learn anything.
Oh my God!
Not learn anything over the past year. The most powerful hardware does not necessarily sell. It does not necessarily.
That's not the point
anything.
I'm trying to make.
What point are you making? You said threat, but you said it's not going to stop Nintendo from doing what they're doing. So
listen, I will make the point.
Everyone has a cell phone. Isn't that the argument where everybody has a PC? Isn't that the Xbox argument? Everybody has a PC.
Yeah,
you think everybody has a cell phone?
The same game that those Switch and 3DS.
Nobody is going to play games on its cell phone.
But everybody has no. You can't say that.
I can't say that.
Let's be real.
Cell phones will never be the dominating force in the gaming industry.
What's the last full game y'all played on a handheld on your phone? Come on.
These guys are crazy.
We got phone X's and 8s and stuff. We've never sat down and played.
Oh my God! You really think people gonna sit up here and play the next Legend of Zelda on the cell phone? Like,
go ahead, Z.
They cool playing it on the Switch.
Oh my God, man! This is hilarious.
They won't play it on their cell phone, but they're cool playing it on the Switch.
The Switch is a dedicated hyper system. What are you talking about? It's not a cell phone. It's dedicated gaming system. Only right there to play games. That's what
I have two Switches.
Just like your Xbox One, just like your PS4, they're dedicated gaming systems.
Hey, listen, man, the Switch is dog
Cell
shit.
phones would never overtake that.
Hey,
I'm not gonna go with the Switch is dog shit. I'm not of that crowd. That's all next gen.
Man, that shit is dog shit.
I bought two.
You the reason why this nigga been peacocking now. You would
I game.
You gave this nigga a
game.
point.
I don't give a fuck. All this stuff, I game. But
You can't Coco beware of goddamn money.
$300 is dropping the bucket, nigga. That ain't shit.
Yo, hit the like button, bro.
He gave Bad News Brown a goddamn voice. I want two of these motherfuckers.
Hey, yo, ZZ, that's $1,000.
That's down.
Anyway. I got a question for everybody, like serious question. I mean, yeah, I think I'm a fanboy or whatever. But seeing that Nintendo Switch did win NPD in January, without any major releases, I think that's a very significant point that y'all need to really focus on.
All right.
Is there any point in 2018, knowing that the release schedule for Xbox One or platform gaming everywhere device or whatever they want to call themselves now, and the PS4 lineup and the Switch lineup, is there any point this year you really believe the momentum can be taken from the Nintendo Switch?
Well, I think
the Switch lineup?
I think we're gonna have to wait till E3 to get the answer to that. E3 is gonna be really telling what Microsoft has in store for the rest of the year. I don't think we
the Switch
can answer
lineup?
that until after E3.
What's the Switch lineup?
The Switch lineup is Fire Emblem,
Kirby next month.
I think they got the small little, I call them niche Nintendo franchises because only small people, small amount of people like them, like the new Kirby game and you got the Yoshi game. Games I really don't care for, but people still like those games. You also have that Mario Tennis game. You also got the big ones with Bayonetta 3, Metro Prime 4, the new Fire Emblem, No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again. I'm missing something. It was a lot.
The Donkey Kong release.
Well, the Donkey Kong port. I don't really count the ports, but I guess
Metroid's coming out.
When we see it, we'll see when it comes out.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Right. Until it's
Pokemon.
I'm saying Zelda was coming out all throughout the Wii U life cycle. That shit ain't happening.
That's the Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda always had a long development cycle. And guess what?
When was the last time we seen the Metroid?
Breath of the Fire. The last time we seen the Metroid was Metroid Prime. Yeah, no, Metroid Other M. Excuse me. 2010.
Yeah. Right. That shit took forever. Then same thing with Star Fox.
Well, first of all, they wasn't. Whoa. First of all, they wasn't working on a Metroid. That's number one. You need to pump your brakes.
How do you know what they was working on?
Because they would have told us.
They never did. No, they never. They never announced. They never announced. They never announced the Metroid.
That face.
They announced the Metroid for Switch.
I'm sleep, cuz.
How are you sleep? The developer that made the Prime games was making Donkey Kong Country, so obviously Metroid was not being made.
The way some of y'all talk on these podcasts, y'all act like y'all actually in the
meetings. Made the other
y'all act like y'all actually in the meetings with Nintendo and Sony. The way some of y'all talk.
Oh my god!
Your argument don't make sense because you can't argue they weren't or they were. So what point are you trying to make?
I don't know what point you're trying to make.
All I'm saying is there is only one fact. This is the only fact we know. Metroid was never announced for Wii U. Fact. But Metroid Prime 4 is announced for Switch. Fact. That's it.
Okay, so
that's it.
2018.
They would have told us.
Let me answer this question.
Literally, all I asked was Metroid coming.
Can we go back to the question? Because we go. I don't know why he always goes into these asinine solid arguments. Like it's stupid.
That doesn't make sense.
The developer of Metroid was working on two other games, so obviously Metroid wasn't being made if the developer of Metroid was working on two other games.
Who made Other M?
No, Team Ninja made that. So we know Team Ninja is not the one making Prime 4, so Metroid obviously was not in development.
They had someone else making a Metroid game, my nigga.
You really going to just assume this is stupid? This is so stupid.
I'm asking.
This is so stupid.
The absolute facts.
Go to the question though. Back to the question.
Facts. Metroid was never announced for Wii U. Metroid is announced for Switch. They said they're making it.
Oh my god!
I agree that they're making it.
So then what else are we talking about?
That was literally the question I asked.
Well, according to him, every Nintendo franchise, all the way down to Earthbound, are being made right now. We just don't know about it.
That's not what I said at all. I said it's coming out in 2018. That's all.
That's crazy.
Y'all went on this random ass tangent.
I
didn't go to. I said answer the question. You said you started going on Metroid development system,
and then we talked about Metroid.
I said, is it coming out in 2018? That's what I said.
I said it's most likely we'll see when E3 gets here. It's most likely.
That's not usually when you can count for coming out 2018.
And Namco is
there's plenty of games. I'm gonna put it to you like this:
Metroid,
Nintendo said
it's rumored to be working on Metroid. Bamco.
Nintendo put their forecast to sell 20 million Wii U's in the next fiscal year. So I don't. You got to release something to do that. So that's just simple as that.
Yeah, that's Pokemon all
You
day.
can't push 20 million and don't release
Well, when did they announce the new Metroid?
Last year.
And all they showed was a picture, right?
At the end of it.
Yeah, they did. They never showed. They never show the game until it's almost ready to be released. That's what Nintendo does. So when you see it, you know it's about to come.
So either if we're gonna assume that it's coming out in 2018, that means they had. I'm just saying if we're assuming if we're assuming or hoping, that means it had to be in development quite a while prior to, correct?
Okay.
It probably been in development for like maybe 2-3 years.
So I have a question. So when did they show Zelda the first time?
You keep bringing up Zelda, but Zelda had the same.
Remember that was a week.
Zelda had the same.
You're asking questions.
No, you're not. Because if you was a real listen, if you
about to come
no. If you was a real gamer. If you was a real gamer and actually paid attention to every company besides the one that you only like, you understand that the development cycle for Legend of Zelda has always been this long and drawn out. We see Mario Odyssey the first time last year, and guess what? It released last year.
It's true.
So I mean, we saw ARMS for Nintendo Switch the first time last year, and it released last year. So you can sit up here and keep trying to misconstrue everything I'm saying to you. But you gotta understand.
On that Metroid Prime picture, it did say in development. On that Metroid Prime picture, it did say in development.
It did say in development. But the thing is, they haven't shown anything, which makes me believe it is a possibility that it's not probably going to make it. But I think it is because they probably wouldn't have announced it that early. That's
Your argument is that they didn't show a Nintendo Switch game that came for a console that came out in 2017 and 2016. Is that your argument?
I don't have an argument. You're the one with the argument. I asked you to answer a question, and you going into this side asinine bullshit on other stuff. I don't know. I didn't have an argument. I'm trying to figure out what your argument is.
Zelda. You went on to this tangent about they showed games.
I didn't go, dude. I asked you one simple question, and somehow you turned it into the development cycle of Zelda. I don't know how you did that. I said, is there any way that PS4, Xbox One can take the momentum away from Switch during this year? Somehow that turned into the development cycle for Zelda.
Did you not say? I asked what was coming out.
I asked a question, but you keep going back to this other shit. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you keep bringing this up.
Okay, hold on. This we're gonna do it. This is what we're gonna do. Maz, get your point out. Let him get his point out on what he's trying to say, and if
listen.
Let him rebuttal.
Hold on, we're gonna say this, and if he's right, I mean, if Maz fucking owns him, we got to find out who the fuck Antonio Holmes is. Fuck all that.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right, go, man.
Oh my god.
Fuck all that.
Go ahead, man.
Argument was they not.
I am not.
Is Xbox going to do what the Nintendo Switch is going to do? I asked you what was their lineup. You went through their lineup. I said, is Metroid coming out this year? Then you went into some tangent. And
I didn't went no tangent. I said most likely. I'm not sure. Then you went into a tangent.
I said, okay, how do you know? So I said that can't be counted as a 2018 game because we don't know that. That's what I said.
Okay.
And then
you don't know don't mean it's not going to come.
And then you went off defending Nintendo for some.
No, I didn't. You brought up Legend of Zelda. You don't want drug this argument on. Don't put it on me.
I brought up Legend of Zelda.
I just asked you to answer the question.
I bought at
the same time. This does not answer my question, so I don't understand why we still going on about that.
It's not gonna work, bro. That's how we ended up where we are right now. Then I asked. So when was you said also? I'm sorry. You said that Nintendo doesn't show anything till it's about to come out. I said when did they show The Legend of Zelda the first time? Because it didn't come out right after they showed it.
And Zelda kept the same development cycle every Zelda game kept.
It didn't come out after they showed it. That
I don't understand.
The argument was they only
That is not my. I don't have an argument. What is hard to understand about this?
Did you not say that?
It's not about the argument.
What part of, I don't understand what's so hard. I don't understand what's wrong with your brain to understand what we're saying.
They're ready to come out. He said,
"Oh my god!"
They showed Zelda because
Zelda is the only
after they showed it.
My
let's go.
God.
Let's go back.
Zelda is different from all other games.
This is stupid as
Then your
hell.
argument, then your
This
argument for
is
rebuttal was
stupid
they
as
only
hell.
showed Mario Odyssey last year and then put out Mario Odyssey. They showed ARMS and put out ARMS. The Nintendo Switch didn't come out till last year, so why would they have shown something for it before then? Because Nintendo doesn't put on regular conferences; they put out a direct for games.
Wait a minute, what? What do you mean?
Can a PlayStation delegate answer?
Hold on.
You said what?
I said, get a PlayStation delegate.
Hold up. From the delegation of PlayStation Nation, I have the floor. All right,
I'm next.
Listen, I'm gonna go.
He just basically reinforced what I just said. I don't
answer Baron's
Xbox concede the floor to the PlayStation delegate.
I'm gonna answer Baron's question. I think.
Please answer the question.
I think the Switch is gonna win most of the MPDs this year. I think the only time maybe they'll lose it is if during the big months of like Sony releasing God of War, Spider-Man, Microsoft. I don't know what the fuck how they're gonna win. I don't know. I think that's it. I don't know what they're gonna do. I think mostly. I think right now the momentum is on Switch's corner because it's the newer console. It's the new hotness. While PlayStation and Xbox has been around for a good minute. You know what I'm saying? So they're not gonna have the high value. I think PlayStation peaked in 2017 with 20 million sales. I don't think they're gonna repeat that. I think it's gonna start trending downwards because at a certain point you can only go so high before you start trending downwards. So I think Sony's going to start hitting their peak already, and now they're going to trend downwards, which is going to close out the gap for the next generation. But I think since Nintendo's the new hotness, it hasn't even been out for a year yet. It hits 1 year next month, so it's
yeah, exactly.
It's at its peak, and it did it. Like, keep in mind, and I understand what Baron's trying to say because this month Monster Hunter was the best-selling game for the month MPD. That's not on Switch. Dragon Ball FighterZ. So the best-selling games were Xbox and PlayStation games, yet it was the Switch that still sold the most. So I see where Baron's going. The momentum's on Switch, even without a big killer hit. I think if Pokemon comes out this year, it's a wrap. Because that shit's going to stay selling for months.
Agreed.
You know? But I think the momentum's on Switch. But, again, Microsoft and PlayStation, Xbox and PlayStation have been out for a while. So I think they're heading towards the downward trend where they're just capping off the last 2 years.
They're not Pokemon. That's one thing I was saying.
They're capping off. I think
Pokemon come out, it's going to destroy everything.
I think Xbox and PlayStation, they're heading downwards simply because at a certain point, you're going to head downwards. And then that's when the signs for new generation hardware will be closer looked at. It's going to be less. And so
here's the thing. Is it even fair to compare Nintendo Switch to the Xbox and people? It's a ninth generation console.
I'm gonna pay it this way.
It's a ninth gen console.
Yeah, it's a ninth gen console. Yeah, it is. Listen, at the end of the day, the consumers, they're making decisions. You know, you got Xbox gamers that are buying the Switch over a PlayStation because PlayStation doesn't have enough exclusives. And most of the games they're playing
crap, he take Mario over God of War. Fuck that.
Yeah, there's some people like that. You know, some people are more interested in Zelda, Mario, Metroid over God of War and Spider-Man. And then vice versa. There are PlayStation dudes that are more interested in fucking Zelda, Mario, and all that than Halo. And then you got PC gamers that look at consoles like weak pieces of shit, and they're gonna get a Nintendo Switch because it's a completely different experience. On the go, just completely different. So yeah, Nintendo plays a part in that because that console now added a new item where you can choose a secondary platform, and a lot of sales come from secondary platforms, like you got a PlayStation, Masterling got a PlayStation, Crap Gamer got a PlayStation. Those are all console sales that goes to Sony, and you have vice versa. Jay Barry had an Xbox. I have an Xbox. These are all secondary choices that still goes towards the platform. Switch changed the game because now that's another player to where, granted, your preferred platform is Xbox, but now that there's a Switch, you may not get a PlayStation. You might go for the Switch as your secondary platform because it does a better job of exclusives than what you feel against PlayStation and vice versa. So yeah, it's a player in the game.
Agreed.
All right. It's my
Well,
time.
with that being said, thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night. And Aaron, Baron, your black ass will not be back on the multiplayer ever again in life.
No, hold on. What the fuck? It's black. Yo, Baron, you trying to advertise Super Mario on my fucking screen? What are you doing? What's he doing? No, check this shit out. Look at this shit.
It's massive.
The fuck is it doing?
Oh man!
Oh,
You trying to get this locked up?
What is this? Why am I seeing Metacritic and buy it on Amazon right now? And it's like